What's going on, YouTube? How's it going? Today I'm back with my first place Exosister deck profile. I know it's been a while since I've been on the channel. Just haven't really had any videos to upload, haven't recorded any. Been a little bit busy, but I'm back. Just took first place tonight at Locals. On a Friday night, which is weird. We're doing a Flesh and Blood thing on Saturday, blah blah blah. Got moved, doesn't really matter. Also, before we get right into it, want to thank you guys a lot. We hit 700 subscribers this past week. But yeah. Thanks, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Also, one thing I do want to mention is that I did play, it was sort of a short, a small locals. I played against 2 brandeds and then 1 sword soul, and I beat all 3 of those guys. But anyways, into the deck profile, 3 Martha, the best one, 3 Elise, 3 Stella, up a little bit, 3 Stella. I am playing, opt to play 3 Sophia, and then 1 Elise, Irene, I should say. I know a lot of lists are only playing 2 Sophia. I can see why, because she's not that good. She only nets you a draw. She doesn't give you any extensions. I do like seeing her when I do open Martha, or if I open away to Martha, and then I have the whole combo to get into Magnifica, plus I'll get a draw off of Sophia. And I typically do search it if I already have a Elise or Stella in my hand. And the one Irene, you have to play the Irene for the Vadis. Just have the second name for it. So that's it for the Exosister monsters. Pretty standard, honestly. Oh, there we go. Martha is just so gross. Hand traps. I was playing 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Ogre, and then the blowout card, 3 D Shifter. Now I didn't draw a D Shifter in my opening hand the entire tournament. I saw it once and I couldn't use it because I'd already had a graveyard filled up. But in playtesting, playing with my buddies, D Shifter is obviously really good. Your deck does not care about the graveyard. Sure, it can conflict with your effects because you want your opponent to move stuff out of the graveyard, but at that point, if you're using D Shifter on like a Sword Soul, Tear Lament, Splight, like anything that needs their graveyard, it's literally just a turn skip and you can just OTK in the next turn. So that's good. And then the other thing that Ghost Ogre conflicts, like stuff that needs to discard to the graveyard can conflict, but I mean, like D Shifter is one of the best cards right now, so there's those. Onto the spells, so that's all the hand traps. For the Exosister spells, I am playing 2 Armet and 1 Carp Divum and 3 packs. Now, if I were to change anything about this build, I'd probably take out these right here. Maybe leaving 1 Armet, but like the Carp Demon is nice when it comes up, but it's like if you draw, it's whatever. You can sort of you can declare hand traps, Nibiru, stuff like that. It can come up. It is a Mystic Mine out, but you already have 3 of those with Returnia, if you want to play 3, which I do. But yeah, it's a worse Mystic Mine out because you have to attack, which won't come up if you're under Mystic Mine, obviously. You can declare Mystic Mine under this, so I mean that is a thing you can do. It's nice, but I mean I think I might end up cutting it and probably cut 1 Armet. So yeah. Next up for the spells, I'm playing 2 Pot of Desires and 1 Harpies. If you lose the die roll, this deck loses really hard to backrow. So I'm playing 1 Duster just to have the outs. And Desires because it's pretty free in this deck. That's another reason why I'm playing 3 Sophia, is because you don't want to banish all your names, and I'd like to have another chance to have more names in deck. For the Sophia, I should say. But Desires is amazing. Next up for the traps. For the generic traps, 3 Imperm and 2 Gozen Match. Imperm is Imperm, it's pretty good. Gozen Match is really good in this deck because all your monsters are light. All your extra deck and main decks are light, so I mean, you just sit on it and you pretty much win. A lot of decks right now are running multiple attributes, so it's pretty good right now. Lastly, for the Exosister spells and traps, or the traps in general, 3 Vadis, 3 Returnia. This card is so good. That's your Mystic Mine out. Typically, when I do side, I was taking out 1 Returnia because this doesn't provide any advantage going into your opponent's next turn, whereas Vadis does. It'll let you special summon some stuff out. Especially if you're playing into some a board where try and do Martha effect and your stuff gets negated and you won't have return yet, I'd rather just like search it if my hand is good enough to do that. Yeah, I also like 3 because just opening one makes it so that you can search the other one, so you have the Vadis plus Returnia combo, so you're going to have Banish 3 if your hand's really good. Just between Magnifica, Vat or Returnia, and then the Michaelis that you summon off of Magnifica, so you're going to get the Banish 3, so pretty good, pretty good. Another thing about the deck and the side is that I typically started out 1 Returnia, and then I started out the Cart Divum, and also 1 to 2 of the Arments as well. Now to the extra deck. For the extra deck, this extra deck's pretty standard, honestly. You do get locked into Exosisters because of Martha, so you're mainly going to be summoning Exosisters. So 2 Magnifica, 3 Michaelis, 2 Caspatel, that's pretty standard. I am running 2 Gibrine and 2 Asophiel. Just like for the grind game, pretty much, I really like Gibrine. I think Gibrine's like probably the best one. Not the best one in general, but the best one between these two. Just because it helps go for game, and it's also like an imperm on your opponent's turn. So like if you normal summon one, and then you go Vadis to summon 2 during your opponent's turn, and they do stuff out of the graveyard, I typically go like Michaelis, Gibrine, and like whichever one of these is going to be better to lock them out of the graveyard. She'll have Quick Effect Banish, Imperm pretty much, then either like pretty much is like half and half of a Abyss Dweller, because one of them can't special summon from grave, the other one can't activate card effects. So this is more like Abyss Dweller actually. I believe it's just in that it's card effects, but that's it for the Exosisters. Pretty standard. And lastly, for the extra deck, I play 1 Zeus because, I mean, it's a Xyz base deck, so you gotta play the Zeus. Sheesh, got the ulti. And then for the links, I play 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, and the 1 Access Code. The Phoenix actually came up today because my buddy Gavin contact seed me, of all things. I had to pass, was able to hand trap him a bit during his turn, came back to my turn, and I was able to get rid of the contact seed with the Phoenix. I wasn't able to do it during my turn because I had Martha'd and then he contact seed me, so can't do anything with that. Yeah, that's it for the extra deck. One thing that you could do is play like the Lina, Celine, access code thing, but I think these are pretty good in general. Now for the side deck, I don't know, it's just something I just threw together pretty much. 2 Nib, 2 Dark Ruler, 3 Storm for going second. Evenly match also for going second. And then for going first, I was playing 3 Anti-Spell and 3 D-Beard because we do not like anything to do anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Oops, hit the camera a little bit. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.